Hi all, this is Anam and joining me are my babies, Gorgeous, Jumanji and Zamio. Today we are talking about mindfulness. So what exactly is mindfulness? So I learned about mindfulness through meditation, and ironically during meditation you empty out your mind, so your mind is anything but full. When you're meditating, you become an observer of your thoughts and ultimately come to a place where there are no thoughts, there's nothing in your mind. It teaches you that when you go about through your everyday life, you become more alert, more absorbed into what you're doing in the present moment. Like your mind is full with what is happening right now. For example, if I'm shooting this video right now, so all my attention, my focus, my energy, all my senses are here right now. When we are absorbed in an activity mindfully, when all our senses, all 5 of our senses are engaged in that particular moment, we are in the flow state. The more we get into the flow state, it has really large, expansive benefits on our health, especially on our mental and cognitive health. Yeah, flow state is very, very essential. And if our brain is doing well, it will prevent us from brain degenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, dementia. It's going to work really well for your memory. You'll generally be a more alert, focused, active, energetic, and then in turn happier person. So going to make this easy. Just to start with, we'll focus on 5 areas we can become more mindful. Number 1, mindful eating. Whatever you are eating, just take your time, put your attention, put your focus into the food you're eating. The act of eating, when you spoon it up or you scoop it up, putting it in your mouth, just feel the textures, the smell, the taste, what ingredients do you think it has, what are the spices, like put your entire energy into what you're eating. And at the same time, the act of eating, how your mouth is moving when you're chewing it, and then how when you take it down, feel it go down, how it's laid out in the plate, how it looks. Like just be completely absorbed with the activity of eating. Similarly, if you're drinking something like drinking tea, when you're holding the cup, how does the cup feel in your hand? The smell of the tea or the coffee. When you drink it, just focus your attention on how it just goes down in your body. If you're sitting, how you're sitting. Completely embody yourself while you're drinking coffee. To become engaged in this activity with all 5 of your senses, observing everything that's happening, and you can have the same experience when you drink water as well. Maybe that is your one mindful activity, that every time you drink water, you become super mindful and like being completely embodied in that moment. Number 2 is walking. So every time you walk, even if it's a short walk or if you formally go out for a walk or a run or a jog, becoming completely absorbed in that activity, in that exercise. So again, completely embodying yourself in your legs, in your hand. You're walking, how your feet touch the ground, how your hands are moving, and if your hands are touching some part of your body, if they're brushing against your bag or your leg or whatever, completely feeling that. So setting the intention that for as long as I'm walking, I will be completely present in my body in that moment. Number 3, areas where you can start becoming more mindful of is every time you sit down or stand up. So tell yourself that each time I'm going to sit down, I will become mindful. So before sitting, if you're standing and you're sitting down, just become mindful of sitting down. Every time you stand up, take a moment, become mindful, embody yourself, and then stand up. And it sounds very easy, but it's not, because we are obviously sitting and standing on autopilot the entire day, so it's very easy to forget. But if you set the intention, if you are mindful that today, every time I sit up, every time I sit down and stand up, I will do it mindfully. And mindfully is again just becoming very, very aware of your body, each and every part of it, all your limbs, just the act of sitting down and then standing up, you do it mindfully. Number 4 exercising. So this kind of relates to the walking one. If you're in the gym and you're doing different exercises, again, becoming very, very mindful of what each and every part of your body is doing. If you're weightlifting, how does it feel in that particular muscle? Putting your entire focus and energy into your body and seeing, like if you're doing biceps, yes, your attention is on the bicep, but where is the rest of your body? What is that doing? What does that feel like with your feet on the floor or with your bum on the bench? What is it? I'm going to say the word mindful 100 times, but that's the way it is. Just really present in your body with every movement, with every exercise. The idea is to embody yourself, and embodiment is becoming aware of your body from the inside, like completely being present in our bodies. Number 5 is listening to music. I know some of us listen to music every day and a lot of it, so it might be very difficult to be mindful of each and every thing that we're listening to. Maybe start with one song a day. You decide that is a song I'm going to listen to completely with all my attention. And when you do that, really your attention is on the lyrics, on the composition, on the different instruments, the different beats. Like you're completely immersed in the song. You're not just listening to it, but you're immersed in it. It's a very different experience just listening to music, but really noticing its texture, its composition, its personality, its lyrics, its feeling, its vibe, like really being present with it. And obviously while you're listening to the music and your attention is on the music, your attention is also in the body because you are in the present moment. So you're embodied, you know how you're sitting, you know where you're sitting, but you're also listening to music and you're also dissecting it. These are some of the areas where you can start by being more mindful. Every week you can set a different theme. This week I'm going to be present, or even not week. It will be easier if you do it daily. So today I'm going to be present with sitting and standing. Tomorrow I'm going to be present with music. Day after with walking. Obviously there's so many other areas where we can be more mindful or consciously present. Other activities like doing the dishes. That's also a good anchor where, okay, every day when I do the dishes, that moment I'm going to choose to be aligned to the present moment. Or brushing your teeth or brushing your hair. When I say anchor to the present moment, it's like you're completely present with all your senses, you're embodied. It's not like you are engaged in one activity, but your mind is simultaneously running on a different tangent. And when we do these activities, when you consciously become mindful of something, you will find yourself getting distracted very, very often. But that is 100% normal because we can't just train the mind, we can't just train the mind instantly. Like any other muscle, we need to allow it time and patience to show us some results. So it doesn't matter however many times we get distracted. The idea is to guide yourself back to the present moment, to the present activity again and again and again. And in doing so, we are training the mind to be present in the present moment. And obviously, over time, over practice, it will become very easy to the point where being in the present moment will be your natural way of being. Alright, kids, let me know how this goes for you. Have an awesome, mindful day.